And then our aim is to deliver projects which improve the health, hygiene, education, self-sufficiency of poverty-afflicted communities in a sustainable manner. I'm really glad I got that right. Okay, so a little bit about where we're going to make the incinerator. This is going to be in Kumi, which is in Uganda. So the hospital itself has 350 beds and a population of over 11,000, so it's not a small town. It's quite a large hospital. And this is not the first thing you want to see on a Friday morning, but this is how they're disposing of waste at the moment. And the health risks for this, the HIV, the infected needles, even just general waste is where you can imagine it's very unpleasant and very unsafe. And this is the background to it. And then this is the De Montfort Mark 9. And there was mentioned there are a few academics, is that right? In the room? So this is a British design from De Montfort University. So we actually tried to design an incinerator that could be installed without too much cost in developing countries and provide a much better means of disposing of waste.
Here's just a quick sketch of what the incinerator would look like. First of all, there's a shelter on top. That's just to protect the incinerator from weather conditions. And then also the enclosure around it is also not just to protect the incinerator, but also protect the people around who may be using it, because this is going to have quite hot parts to it, especially particularly the chimney. So to have an enclosure around it is quite important. Next one is there in the centre is the incinerator, and a very enthusiastic operator using it. And there's a fuel store just there, which once it's going, it can be self-sustaining, but you might need fuel to sort of keep the fire burning. And then you can see underneath, it's built on an ash pit and needles, so you can just sweep the ashes and the needles from the hospital down into the pit. And I think it's about 5 to 10 years of that pit, depending on operation, can be useful, which is similar to the useful life of the incinerator.
Another thing I touched on, we're going to try and promote engineering, but across all sorts of regions. We've been to schools here, primary schools and secondary schools. So we've done that for primary schools, secondary schools. It promotes engineering amongst our age group, because we're all engineers, we're all getting involved. And there's also a local technical school in Kumi, and we're hoping when we go to go and present to them, and if we can actually get them involved, actually get them on site, teach them everything from basic health and safety all the way up to if they can learn the tradesmen and actually learn a few technical skills, so it would be really valuable to them.
A great thing about promoting engineering is not just because we're engineers, it's because engineers have the tools necessary to actually implement change. If you see a problem, an engineer can think of a solution. So to get more young people into that kind of engineering career, that's really that's a great secondary outcome of it.